Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
We're back. Let's talk about, we did a video, or y'all will see a video about Spence and Fundora. I don't really know sometimes when I'm gonna upload these videos in what order. It's crazy ass weather in April. It's snowing. Cold as a mofo. Snowing. It'll be warm next week. Hopefully it stay warm. Shit, you know. But yeah, Crawford and Fundora, who wins? You know, people think it's a foregone conclusion that Spence and Crawford gonna beat Sebastian Fundora. I don't really think it's gonna be a foregone conclusion. That's a lot of height. That's a new weight class. His gloves go up. Usually when you go up in weight, you need to be guys with skill and speed. And I know people say, I said in the Spence video, well, you know, Tim Tszyu was able to do this and do that. That's Tim Tszyu. And like I explained in the Spence video, Errol Spence ain't got no good hook like Tim Tszyu. Tszyu had a good right hook going and a good left hook going before he had to cut. He ain't got no hook like Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? So he'd have to use other tactics that I explained. It's a real bad matchup, I believe, for Crawford and Spence to fight Fundora. Now with Terence Crawford, he gonna have to use movement like he did versus Victor Postal to make, you know, Fundora pick his feet up and then start scoring and cut that distance off. That's the thing about it. Now Crawford got some reach, and you know, Crawford to make, you know, Fundora punch down, and they may take a little bit of the stank off the punches, but really, you know, him getting past that jab is gonna be the key. And I think when you fight Fundora, I think he showed versus Tim Tszyu, he can take one shot at a time. Now, how you gonna put the shots together is the question. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know Crawford probably need to use lateral movement, feints, jab to the body. He'll stab him to the body, feint him to the body, then come over the top with one shot. But I think he got to be prepared to put 1, 2, 3 shots together. That's my opinion. I think he has to be prepared to put a plethora of shots together. One shot not gonna get it. Now Crawford can throw combinations. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't what I'm saying. He can throw combinations, but the thing about it is one shot not gonna get it. So I think he would need to really use lateral movement, feints. I think he'd be jabbing to the body to take away Fundora's jab. Now, would it be in Fundora's favor to go ahead and just walk Crawford down? Thing about it is, you start walking Crawford down, you eliminate the reach so much. Now the height is there. You know, Crawford like to throw looping shots and straight shots. So walking him down is giving more of a target. And more than likely, you're gonna stop throwing your jab. So, you know, and Fundora don't like to be defensive responsible. He don't bring his hands home. And somebody made a good point. He wear glasses. Maybe I don't think he can see some of the shots. Just from a vision standpoint of view, that might be the case, but as he closed that gap versus Bud, he gonna have to smother him like Fury did, like Steve Cunningham, like he did Wilder. You know, so as you close that gap, you start to give him more of a target. Especially if you ain't gonna, bring your hands back home. Then we got a problem. So you ain't gonna keep your chin tucked. Yeah, he gonna clock you with a looping shot. And if you get Crawford distance, then he got to find a way how to get past that jab. Now, Tim Tszyu, who him and Crawford around the same height, and I think Crawford got longer arms, he was getting his hook there. But it was the position in Tim Tszyu. So, and Tim Tszyu seemed to have a great idea of the positioning he needed to have in the beginning. He did a great job of evading, early on before the cut, getting out of the way of Fundora straight shots and landing his shot. So I think you see more Crawford throwing that hook and turning him off that hook and then using angles to put punches together. That's what I think you see from more Terence Crawford. I think he can find angles to put punches together. And for Fundora, his assignment has got to fight like he did versus Tim Tszyu. Make them guys work and get past that stab jab. And I think also, not only making guys work, get past that jab, but making guys work not only to get past the jab, in my opinion, but giving them something to fear past the jab. And he should have really been throwing that right hand with bad intentions. He was just, scoring. That's fine. I got the victory with a blind opponent. But, you fight some of these other guys, you rematch Tim Tszyu, you're going to have to throw that jab through the target sometime. Every time you don't have to throw it through the target. But keep them guessing. touch him with that backhand, whether it's the right or left hand, because I think he went southpaw for the Terence fight. You know, and then other times, you know, take that backhand and drive it through the target. And drive it through the target. You know, I think that's what he would have to do. Punch right through that target. So, but you know that's just my opinion on it. But yeah, I think Crawford had to use a lot of feints, lateral movement, and it depends on how Fundora fight. Now, if Fundora started to close that gap, then you know, and start using his reach and going towards Terence Crawford, hey, it should be an interesting fight, honestly. Then what Crawford gonna do when he closing the gap? Crawford gonna be looking to land that shot that Tim Tszyu was landing. But I think Crawford is gonna, like I said, he gonna step over, get an angle. He gonna try to land the left hand, the right hand. He gonna put shots together versus Fundora. You know, and I think you gotta have a sustained body attack too. You got somebody that's in front of you that ain't really, you know, that got all those limbs. I think you gotta hit the hip, hit the body. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe get up under him a little bit, which Crawford know how to do. No diddy. You know, get that leverage up under him, and then, you know, I think it'd be a very interesting style matchup. In my opinion, I don't think it's a gimme. You know, people say, well, Fundora got knocked out Mendoza. Mendoza landed the perfect shot. You know, he's sitting in there and want to fight in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? You sit there too long, something's gonna happen. You know, and that's what he did. Instead of using I love to fight, man. It's called being disciplined. You know, you heard, Ryan Garcia, I can't fight like Devin Haney. Yeah, you don't have the discipline. You got ADHD. You don't have the discipline to do that. You'll be surprised how many people don't have discipline. A lot of y'all be surprised. A lot of people be like, well, you need to make lifestyle changes to your lifestyle, dietary, you know, whatever. A lot of people just can't do it. They don't have the discipline to do it. They just can't do it. Even if it was to save their life. So if you're a disciplined person or you train yourself to be disciplined, I feel like that's an elite trait to have as a human being. People don't have the discipline to say, you know what, I'm gonna lose some weight. Or you know what, I'm gonna stack this money. Or you know what, I'm gonna do this every Saturday, read this and become this, that, and the third. Or you know what, I said I'm gonna do a video a day, that's what I'm gonna do. Or read a chapter a day, that's what I'm gonna do. People don't have that discipline. See all these women with they waist trainers on and shit, doing jumping jacks, drinking tea and shit, you know, and 2 weeks later they back to eating that motherfucking McDonald's, and they done broke their motherfucking their New Year's resolution. They done broke their diet. You gotta have discipline. And there's ways to build up to it too. Sometimes, you know, you got to eliminate all the bullshit. You know, sometimes, you know, the homies like to go smoke and drink. You're like, oh, nah, you know, I can't hang with the homies. Let me get on track. You know, you start getting on track, then you can hang with the homies. They smoking and drinking. Guess what? I don't even want to smoke and drink. Give me a water. Give me a, give me an apple juice or something like that. So now you done been disciplined for so long that distractions don't bother you. Now, if you ain't, you know, built no type of discipline or built no track record of discipline, and distractions come at you, yeah, you gon' succumb to the distractions. But a lot of people don't want to be disciplined, and that's the problem. They don't have any aspirations to be disciplined. You know, and to me, that's sad. So, it's crazy when you in a sport that your life can be taken, but you don't want to have discipline or you don't have dedication. That's wild to me. But as far as Crawford and Fundora, I think movement and feints, if he's going to use his jab. But they talking about his daddy should be trainer of the year. I mean, it's mad early and ain't that many fights happen. So I guess right now, the daughter won a championship and Fundora won a unified title. But Jesus Christ, when the fuck they going to fix that defense? That's my thing about it. Being that tall, you know, it should be the hardest thing. You know, you like to fight and give opportunities. Let's not give as many opportunities. You know, let's not take some to get some. You know, they should be working on driving that backhand through the opponent. They should be working on whipping that hook off the jab, tucking that chin, bringing them hands back home. That's the next evolution for him. He able to do that, he can be virtually unbeatable, especially at 54. So, but you know, obviously we have to wait and see. But like I said before, I think this really a pick'em fight, bro. Real talk, I think it's a pick'em fight. Anytime you got somebody 36 years old, and it's a possibility that he got to use his legs to win the fight. You know what I'm saying? He got an opponent that's just that much bigger than him. You know, I think really it's a pick'em fight. I don't think it's as clear cut as people think it is. You know, but I would just say it's a really good fight. I think Bud's the better fighter. Besides, has something to say about it. But if Fundora can clean up his defense, man, he will beat these guys running away, and that's the problem. You know, both these 50 for 47 pounders coming up, they can punch, but we gonna see how well they can punch at 54. So it's a mystery. He probably rematched him too. Probably never see the fight happen regardless. And I don't think it's an easy fight. You know, at all. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. If you go live or drop a video financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Amazon Music, the whole time. Appreciate the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just subscribe, hit the bell icon, all notifications, Cash App, Venmo, both CJGood313. PayPal link in the description, all that's in the link tree. Peace.